Hey loves, welcome to the Metaphysical Mystique. My name is Jamie. I am your soul work intuitive, spiritual mentor, life purpose and career coach. And this is the update, the energy updates, and intuitive reads, as well as your spiritual guidance and advisory for today, December 15th, 2019. Moon is in Leo. As the moon is in Leo, I wanted to kind of bring up a few pointers about the moon being in Leo. You know, Leo, people with the moon in Leo enjoy being larger than life. You know, their love is big. They're generous. They love to be in the position of being the big givers, right? It kills them to have to come to you if they need anything, to ask for help, if they're brought to their knees in some kind of situation and are humbled. It hurts their pride. Now that's for some of the more healthy Leo moons. Because on the reversed side of it, many Leo moons can be quite narcissistic or had an incredibly narcissistic mother who was very overly dramatic, okay, and everything was about her, and you might have grown up, or you and your siblings grew up realizing that you had to make a bigger scene and be even more dramatic than your mother to even be noticed or to be heard in the house, because her problems and her life, unfortunately, would have outshined your own, which doesn't suit or bode well for those that grow up in need of that attention and that validation, feeling as though they're not good enough when they absolutely are. People with moons in Leo love to be in the leadership role. They are at home on the stage. They like to be noticed. And for good reason. They are talented. They are magnetic. They're commanding. And boy, you had better show some love and respect, because they love to be adored, especially by the ones that they are in a relationship with. That's right. Show them and tell them how much you love their adoring qualities and how much you revere them and how much you appreciate what they do for you and how beautiful they are. And they love big affection, you know. Now, public displays of it, you know, they could be a little bit off-putting, but they do love big shows of affection and admiration. With the moon being in Leo, it is a very good time for art, for music, for film, comedy, for fashion, for anything creative and taking you out to the performance level. This is the night you might want to put on a show or put yourself out there on the stage. In fact, this is a perfect night for those of you to begin that thing, that business, that idea, that message that you have. Get out there, get visible, and show it to the world. Share it. Do not worry about so much the details. particularly how it's presented. If you have all the right pieces, all the right details are in place, those things will come slowly. Your only job is to get out there and show yourself, because you are the attraction. You are the main attraction. And so I encourage you, if this has been in your mind, I want you to go out there and do it. Do not let pride get in your way. Okay? I want you to get out there and let people see how graceful you are. How authentically beautiful you are. The quiet strength that you hold inside. You've got to be bold. If you want something in this life, you cannot passively sit by and wait for it to come along. You cannot passively sit by and wait and accept whatever is given to you. And that includes education and information. You've got to make the move yourself. If you have something to say, you cannot passively stand by and wait for the perfect time or the perfect so-called opportunity, because it will never show up. You must say, today's the day. And today, under the Leo moon, the energies are right. This is perfect, especially if you're a fire sign. And of course, especially if you happen to be Leo. Or if you have a Leo dominant chart. This is for you. Now, as a coach, as someone who is preparing, educating herself, but also educating others and building the groundwork, the roots, so that these things take form and take shape, to take you along for a challenge to develop your passions, to develop your manifesto, to develop your message. This is the time. There is no better time than now. We're going into a new year, so there's a whole new cycle. And hopefully you have learned from the last year or so. Hopefully you are ending this past decade, because we're ending a decade as well. We just had the Gemini full moon, which marked the last and final full moon of the decade, let alone the month. So this would have been the time and the opportunity to clear out all the junk that is no longer necessary in your life, so that new energy comes in and starts marching you forward into new territory, into new waters. You are the seeker and the seer of your life. What you learn, what you develop, can be an incredible force for change, for learning, for inspiration, for others. And I want you to be able to start that now. If it is in you to do so, find the courage. Do it even while feeling the fear. In fact, those who, despite those fears, move forward and take the leap anyway, those are the courageous ones. They don't cower under the pressure. It doesn't matter to them what others think. What other people think of you has no bearing on this matter. It is none of your business what other people think. They are not going to stop you if you have the focus and the drive and the passion to do this, because you can be an incredible transformational leader. These are the people that I am trying to find. These are the people I'm gathering up, because we have a new year that's coming that's going to need fresh, new voices, fresh, new, innovative ideas, fresh and new, inspiring and passionately creative people. People who have the faith, the actual faith and the hope that moves the mountains. And I mean this. People with the eyes to see and ears to hear, that aren't afraid, that have made the changes to their lives, that have done the soul work. Because when you know yourself, when you not only face some of your fears, but you understand them and understand how they operate, this is when transformation comes and the beginning of new cycles, new journeys begin. They start. But this is only after that soul work has been done. You have to walk through the fire. You cannot avoid it. You cannot walk around it. Sweetheart, you must feel the discomfort and feel the pain of that fire. Because once you get on the other side, the other end of it, you come out a powerful, strong, passionate, incredibly spiritually charged person, ready to go, ready to fight, ready to tackle, ready to do it. Your success is in your hands. It is in your hands. No more sacrificial lamb. It's time to be a lioness. The lion. Like Leo. It's time to grow up from being the cubs into the cougars. I'm talking metaphorically, but I'm also speaking to those of you that are a little older in life, and this is your second chance. This is your chance to rebirth yourself, to come out a new person. To do the thing you have been craving and knowing was your particular path, your purpose, your dream to do. It's here. It's here, and the door is opened. You only have to walk through it. See, Spirit can only meet you halfway, but you have to meet Spirit halfway as well. You have to be willing. And when you're willing, not only will you be met halfway by the universe, by God, right? With the help of the angels, you will be met 10 times over in blessings. Because each of these seeds that you plant, when you listen to your heart and you follow that deep inner guidance, that quiet voice, those seeds will be sprouting magic beyond what you can even imagine, because it will be doing things behind the scenes that you can't see, that you cannot predict. It will cause a ripple effect. It changes timelines. It really does. It changes things. When you change and disrupt the pattern that you have been stuck in from your ancestry, these curses, if you want to look at them like that, when that spell is broken by you and it's all shattered and the veil is ripped wide open to see precisely, exactly what the matrix of things were and how things are as they are, as it is, then you have just opened that gate to be that golden leader that you've always wanted to become for yourself, but in effect for others as well. So under this Leo moon, I challenge you to consider what you are ready for, what it is you're going to do with your life and provide some real meaning, especially for those of you that feel lost and scared and maybe even hopeless. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And then there are those of you who have been doing the soul work, but there's still things you need to work on as well, as we always do. The road never ends. It's always ever unfolding. But you guys are the wounded healers, and I want to take you up one more to become transformational leaders, visionary leaders, the inspired healers and teachers. Cheerleaders to the masses, revealers and researchers, investigators of the things that are hidden from the rest of us, digging into the esoteric, going past the exoteric, right? But this day under the Leo moon is a perfect day to say, you know what? I am taking charge of myself. I'm going to step up and step out. I don't care what other people think, what their projection of me is, because I have my self-respect. I know my worth and my value. And I have my self-love because I am my own best friend. And my life starts here today. I am rewriting my story, and I'm going to help you rewrite yours. You say that to yourself. Just as I'm saying to you, your life starts today. And I'm going to help you write that story. Rewrite that story. Actually, when you think about it, we're going to take the lessons that were so important from the past, that lays it out and shows us as a mirror, like a mirror, what our fears were and have been. The things that held us back so deeply. That stuff that gets ingrained in you, gets embedded, and the difficulty and the power that it takes, the mindset that it takes to not give up, to get through it, to reprogram how you see it so that you come from a different perspective. Without the new set of eyes, you cannot manifest that thing. It just will not happen. You need a new set of eyes. if you want that success. And then once you get those, in fact, your definition of success will be changed. You find that you don't need as nearly as much as you thought you did. And it's because of the new way you see yourself, the new way you see your life and what's possible and what's important. And the number one thing that's going to be the most emotionally fulfilling and the most incredibly meaningful thing to your life is having the passion to take on your purpose in life, utilizing who you are, your spiritual gifts, your skills, your talents, your abilities to make something incredible happen in this life. To be a shining example for the people you love so that they see it. And if others don't want to follow you and they want to keep you at their level, then they can stay there. Because see, they're only mad because now you're making them ask themselves why they have not tried to go for their dreams, why they have not tried to go for building a foundation for something that will change their communities, their families, their world for the better, so that we see a prosperous, happy, loving place that's in harmony. Do you see what I'm saying here? Wonderful. So that's the Leo moon. It's time to take center stage. It's time to get visible. It's time to be seen, be noticed, be magnanimous, be magnetic, be charismatic. Be super big and warm-hearted. Be the lioness. Be the cougar. And you go out there and you rip it apart. You do what it takes. You walk through those fires. You make yourself get out of where it's been comfortable and cozy. And you light a fire under your ass. And you go do it. You go for it. And you make it happen. But only you know what that road looks like and precisely what it is that you're trying to do. If you haven't yet, then you know, at the very least, you want to create some kind of blueprint for getting there. You want direction, and you're going to find it because you're going to be resourceful, solutions-oriented. You're going to be thinking about these things and building a plan and being very smart with the details and the setup. Crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's, and getting that foundation started. Because once you're able to do that, then you're ready to roll. You are ready to roll. Now, let's take a look at what some of the energies of this Leo moon, what some of the energies might be saying to us, how they might be manifesting in our lives, in what ways, what we might need to know moving forward, followed up by some more guidance from myself, and where you can continue to follow this path and road with me, where you can find me at the other places in which we're doing it. We're getting it started. It's time. It is so time. So let's see. Let's get the energy reading and update for today. December 15th, 2019. 2 weeks away from the new year. We got 2 weeks to prep. And I think that's amazing. So let's get started. Okay. First, I'm going to grab a theme card from none other than the Goddess of the Moon. So let's do it. The path. The path. Just around the corner, where the sun is coming out, the dark clouds are parting. You are beneath the stars, protected by such incredible spiritual beauty, and with a clear set of eyes and a focused mind. And when you fuse this together with the full moon card of power, we've got 7 and 8. You are rising. You are rising. And it's bottom of the deck. That blossoming card means you are blossoming. Today is the day to blossom under the Leo moon. Do you see that? And how beautiful she is. She's playing her violin. She's performing. She's performing her music. She's sharing her gift. And it's powerful. You can see. It's electricity shoot from the way she's playing the music. And she's so involved that she moves right along with its vibration, the magic of it, the frequency of it. She's fully sovereign, independent, and sovereign and free. Independent, sovereign, and free. Especially free from any emotional baggage, any people or persons and their vampiric-like natures that demand and hold themselves above and over you. You're no longer beholden to that. You're now going to become the Lioness. No longer the sacrificial lamb on the altar, but the Lioness. On her path, growing stronger, believing in herself. Not allowing fear to be a factor in this. You've gone through far too much to allow a little bit of fear to stop you. Because fear is going to be there regardless if you move or don't move. When you don't make the moves, there's the fear of being cut off and losing that spark. So do not. You got to set it ablaze and walk through that fire. No pain, no gain. I'm telling you. It's not easy work, but it's profoundly worth it. Profoundly worth it. And you will come out the other side as another person altogether, seeing things with a fresh, new set of eyes, where all possibilities exist, and the excitement and thought about that just makes you want to share it. You want to live and inspire and show others how it is done. How it's done. Your new manifesto for life, your new message, your new vision for life. No daylight today under the Leo moon. I challenge you to go out there. Make your first move. Do not worry about how perfect it is. Do not worry about the details of it. That's where spirit comes in. You only need to have that message or that thing that leads people toward meaning, that inspires, that changes things, that makes things happen, that gets the ball rolling, that gets things going. Having your cup full. Totally full, overflowing. Peace, content in your heart, being changed for the better. This is how we need to spend our Leo moon. I want you to do studying a little bit on the attributes of the Leo moon and dig a little deeper into some of the positive and some of the more magical aspects of this moon, and why it's an incredible time of opportunity for you to begin getting those things and making them take shape, take form, making it real. Real in the sense that it's material, it's before you, it's being built. Going from one realm of ideas into the realm of literal creation of it. You have much to give, so much to offer. Remember to tell yourself this. Remember, if not, get somebody that can hold you accountable and remind you why you're fighting this battle, what it was you wanted in your heart in the first place, what the fight was all about originally, and why you must continue, maybe adding to the new fight or changing it altogether. But either way, making room for something new and incredible. Now I'm going to grab from the Moonology and see what comes out of it. Okay? What do you say? Okay? Oh. And what do you know? You're very close to achieving your goal. Look at the bigger picture, and communication is key. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. That's a full moon in Sagittarius, and we see the archer's bow depicted in the picture with a big full moon in the color of red. That fire. That's the fire and the passion that you're going to need for this. Look at the vision. Look at it. See the bigger picture of why you're doing this. Communication is key. It's what's going to win this thing. Communicating. communicating with a person, communicating with persons, communicating with spirit, communicating with yourself. Whatever the case may be, communication is key. It's the foundation. See the vision from a higher perspective. And know this, because it is a gibbous moon. We are under a gibbous moon right now in Leo. And that card here says you're very close to achieving your goal. You are very close to achieving your goal. And remember, this doesn't resonate with every single one of you. This will resonate with the majority of you on my frequency, right? That share that energy, that is making these choices, that is leveling up their lives. But for the rest of you, you're starting a brand new cycle, brand new life, new attitude, and that was your goal. Whether you realize that or not, if you know yourself deeply, you'll know that yes, in fact, that was. So then by next time, the beginning of the next cycle, you'll be ready to take an even bigger leap, which is to step out into the world to share what you've come to know about yourself, about your fears, about transformation. So here you are on your path, the path, trying to follow your North Star, trying to add value in the world, educate the world, empower the world, inspire yourself, your family. Be a greater, more noble, peaceable, tactful, and beautiful person, graceful, appreciative, patient, understanding. That's right. 2 weeks of a final decade. I want you to take time and reflect. Journal. All the things you need to say, all the things you wanted to say must come out because fresh energy needs to come in. And with that, I think we're going to close out, my friends, and I want to thank you for visiting me here at the Metaphysical Mystique. I hope I gave you something that you could take with you to ponder a little bit about, to think, how to marinate in your mind a little bit. Because I really believe the universe has a plan for us all, and there are those of us who are tiny pieces of that overall puzzle, and we each have a role to play. Stay open to the beauty and the possibilities of that. And I will see you soon. Namaste. Mwah. Prayers be with you, my loves.